On the news headlines, Bauchi uncovers 100 ghost health workers. Qatar denies imposing visa restrictions on Nigerians. Ndume urges Tinubu to ignore calls for sack of service chiefs. Tinubu mourns Air Vice Marshal Okoro Dudu. And on sports, Djokovic relocates family to Athens amid Serbia's political tensions. You're watching the news on Leadership TV. I am Cynthia Onwado. Thanks for joining us. Now the news in detail. The Bauchi state government has uncovered more than 100 ghost workers in just 5 health facilities across the state. The revelation was made by the executive chairman of the State Hospital Management Board, Dr. Muhammad Sambo Al-Kali, who said the names of those identified would be forwarded to Governor Bala Muhammad for disciplinary action in line with civil service rules. Dr. Akali explained that the discovery was part of an ongoing verification exercise aimed at sanitizing the state's health sector. He added that beyond the issue of ghost workers, Bauchi is also tackling the shortage of medical professionals, which he described as a global challenge. According to him, the governor has approved a scheme that has already engaged more than 40 doctors, ranging from consultants to medical officers. The doctors, he said, were carefully selected and strategically deployed to fill gaps in service delivery. The board chairman further disclosed that Governor Mohammed has directed the design of a new healthcare scheme of service that will harmonize salaries of service, or rather with those of the federal government, and attract more health professionals to the state. The government of Qatar has denied reports that it has introduced new visa restrictions on Nigerians passport holders. An official of the country's Ministry of Interior told the BBC on Wednesday that Nigerians can still apply for visas under existing procedures, dismissing claims of fresh limitations. The clarification comes after a flyer from the Nigerian travel agency Travel Tank sparked speculation that Qatar had tightened entry rules. The flyer claimed that only women or families could apply for visas and that applicants would need to present a 5-star hotel booking and a return ticket before approval. The reports linked the alleged move to frequent cases of overstays by Nigerian travelers. But Qatar's digital visa platform, Haya, confirmed that the application process remains unchanged, stressing that any updates will only be communicated through official government channels. Now, the former Senate leader, Senator Ali Ndume, has urged President Bola Tinubu to disregard calls for the removal of the current service chiefs, saying such demands are driven by ulterior motives rather than national interests. Ndume, who represents Borno South and once chaired the Senate Committee on Army, made the appeal in a statement released in Abuja. His comments follow agitations from the Northern Ethnic National Forum, which accused the service chiefs of incompetence and demanded their immediate dismissal. But Senator Ndume insisted that the military's challenge is not leadership failure, but inadequate funding, poor remuneration, and insufficient arms and ammunition. He called for what he described as a team approach, that is training, equipment, ammunition, and motivation to boost the fight against terrorism, banditry, and insurgency. Ndume also criticized the low welfare of soldiers, noting that a private in the Nigerian army earns about 100,000 naira monthly, with a daily allowance of just 5,000 naira. He warned that such conditions could dampen troop morale. The lawmaker commended the Tinubu administration for what he called its balanced and inclusive approach in appointing security leaders, saying it marked a clear departure from recent years. President Bola Tinubu has expressed deep sorrow over the death of retired Air Vice Marshal Terry O. Okorodudu, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Delta State. Okorodudu passed away on September 9 at the age of 70. In a statement by his spokesman, Bayo Nanuga, the president commiserated with deceased wife, children, extended family, and political associates. He described Okorodudu as a dedicated party stalwart who played a vital role in strengthening the APC at both state and national levels. Tinubu recalled Okorodudu's service as a member of the Security Committee of his 2023 Presidential Campaign Council, noting his loyalty and commitment to good governance. The president also highlighted the retired officer's distinguished military career. Commissioned as a pilot officer in 1976, President Tinubu described him as a political ally, mentor, and patriot who worked diligently and selflessly for Nigeria. He prayed for the repose of his soul and for God's comfort upon his family. Finally, now on sports, tennis superstar Novak Djokovic has relocated his family from Belgrade to Athens, Greece, against the backdrop of the political tensions in Serbia. The 24-time Grand Slam champions finalized the move as his children, Stefan, 10, and Tara, 8, began classes at St. Lawrence College, a private British school in Athens. Djokovic, who has been vocal in supporting student-led protests in Serbia following last year's Novi Sad railway station collapse, has drawn both praise and criticism for his political activism. The protests, which claimed 16 lives, have kept pressure on President Alexander Vucic's government. The tennis icon has already been spotted training with his son at the Cavalry Tennis Club and exploring recreational options for his children along the Athens Riviera. Reports also suggest he may seek residency through Greece's Golden Visa program. According to speculation, the ATP 250 tournament, usually staged in Belgrade and overseen by Djokovic's brother, will now be hosted in Athens from November 2nd to 8th, signaling his growing ties to the Greek capital. While Djokovic has not openly opposed the Serbian government, his relocation is being closely watched, with many seeing it as both a personal and symbolic shift at a pivotal moment in his career and homeland's politics. That's all the news we have for you on Leadership TV. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website www.leadership.ng. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.